All right, I want to welcome everybody to the Animal Care Network's Pontiac yearly vaccination clinic. Obviously, this is our spring clinic, even though it's winter. It is our spring clinic. I want to make certain before we get started that everyone has signed in with Chris. You have filled out your liability waiver, as well as have a vest, a volunteer vest with the name tag. I know the name tags aren't staying on so great, so we'll do the best we can with those. Everyone has signed in, is that correct?
Yes.
Anybody new who shows up, if they all of a sudden, just like somebody shows up at your table, make certain that everybody goes to Chris. You have to sign a liability waiver before you can volunteer.
And I'll be at the cat table.
Chris is going to be responsible for the other side. And I'll kind of go through that with everybody. We're good? Okay. Just so everyone knows, and especially for our newbies, our objective today is to vaccinate between 800 and 1,200 animals in the next 4 hours. Our motto, that is correct. Our motto is, oh, she's talking to Yes, I'm totally serious. There's no joking. Our motto for the day is no fights and no bites. That includes humans and animals. Now, I'm going to do some key point people here. These are your go-to people. Myself, my name is Maurice Glad, and I volunteer as president of the organization. My responsibility is the front of the line. Other than using the restroom or helping somebody, I'm going to be at those two tables this entire time. I'm right there. If anything happens, we're kind of in the middle, so you can come and ask me, or just raise your hand. I have a question, and I'll be right over. Rosie, where are you? Red-haired Rosie will be here. She's already here. She might be in the restroom. Rosie's going to be at the front of the line over here. For those of you that are registering, where are you, Rosie? There's Rosie. Can't miss her. Rosie's going to be at the front of the line. Once all of you who are registering on this side here, once your folks have been registered, you're going to ask them to head over to the vet line. We have 2 vet stations. One will be on the left here. Dr. Tim and Dr. Jim always stays to the right. Now, as you see, people are lined up. It's a good thing. The first hour is going to be a little wacky, but after the hour, we're going to run like a well-oiled machine, okay? So everybody's going to get in their groove. Now, what's going to happen is I am going to have Ken Tadpour, who is right here. Ken's got our tickets. These have all been counted out. Every animal, not owner, but every animal is going to receive a ticket. So how many do you have? How many do you have? You're giving them their tickets. Please remind them, hang on to these because you need these to present at the front of the line. By animal, not by owner. Okay? Now, Ken Snow has the tickets for the aggressive dogs. And just so everybody knows, this is the general line here as you see. This is mixed dogs and cats in the line. This is our primary will do in this side. Over there, between the Hagopian truck and Kim's truck over there, that's got the side doors open. That's Kim's responsibility. Kim, raise your hand. Erica, over here. They are and Chris, next to her. They are responsible for our cat area. And if we have an owner with multiple animals, we don't move them over here, we move them there, because otherwise it slows up the line too much. So I will strategically work with Chris, and I'll let her know next client, next client, next client. If we have elderly folks, we pull them out of line, especially people with cats, because they're not going to do well. And we move them over here, we get them in and get them out. Okay? Now, across the street is Ken. Donna, where are you? Donna, come up here. Donna. Dawn, where are you? Over here. Dawn. And I'm going to get a few people who are a little more familiar with dealing with aggressive animals. We're not here to make friends with all of them. We are here to vaccinate and get them out. The liability becomes way too great with an animal that is very aggressive. We want to get them in. We want to get them out. Now, Donna, Ken, Erica, Chris. Okay, we will have, and he's not here yet, Sergeant Mike Story. He's a very tall man with a baseball cap.
That'd be me.
Yeah. Sergeant Mike Story and his wife Carol. Mike will be the only person. Mike and our Vice President Joe Cole, he's our treasurer. Joe will be here in a little while. Mike and Joe are your only go-to people for money, to exchange money, to do your drops. All the people at the registration tables, you're going to get an envelope with a dedicated amount of registration forms. In 2 hours, Mike's going to come and pick them all up from your tables. I don't even want you exchanging money between. We're just trying to keep it so it's all organized. Mike and Joe are the only one. Now, Carol is the only person that will be running, between all of the tables for the vaccines. No one is allowed to transport vaccines from table to table other than Carol. So Carol, if you can just hit, you know this side here, obviously. You hit Kim over here and Erica on this side, and then Donna is across the street. So if you can just kind of keep hitting each section, if you can also make certain as they're mixing, they're not over mixing. Right. Okay? Carol is the only one that's going to be doing it. Okay, so Sherry Scott, where is Sherry? Is she? Sherry, wave, Sherry's in the truck. Sherry's responsible for our donation stations. We don't allow people to just come in and take everything. So Sherry, with her team over there, will strategically give everybody a little something until we run out. The goal is to take nothing back. Now, volunteers are going to be needed for registration. If I call on you to register and you don't have good printing, please tell me. I don't print well. Ultimately, what will happen is once this document has been filled out, this is a legal document. We have to be very, very careful of making certain that all of the information is legible and done correctly. Otherwise, we could get in some trouble with the state, which we would prefer not to do that. So I'm going to pair you, for those of you that have never registered, I'm going to pair you with somebody else who has registered. And then as we go over there, we're going to get you your starter banks. And I'm going to go through exactly how to register. We have cheat sheets on all the tables as well. Now, today we are vaccinating puppies, kittens, dogs, cats only, no rabbits, no ferrets. Also, so we talked about the general lines are here, vet stations are here, cat area there, dog aggressive area there. Also on this side, and every table has a cheat sheet, is the county. The county is discounting licensing today. So once you finish registering, let them know that Oakland County is licensing discount rate today, and they will be across the street. Now, today we are going to see animals of all shapes, size, colors, breeds. I want everybody to remember, many of these animals, this might be their only time that they're out, really, all year. They're not our animals, and they're not your pets. I don't want anybody picking up an animal with the face, okay, like, oh, it's so cute, it looks like my Harley, okay, don't do that, okay? You're putting yourself at risk. I don't want anybody to deal with having to go to the ER today. If you do decide to pet an animal, you have hand sanitizer on your table. Please remember to use it. I don't want us transferring disease animal after animal after animal, okay? Now, should there be a dog-on-dog fight, I don't want everybody running over there. We have big things of water. Who's my water person? The gentleman. Yes, thank you. We may need you to keep this water around. We may need to douse somebody. Ultimately, I don't want everybody running to that area to break up that dog fight. A few of us that have been around for a little while, whether it's myself, Mike Story, a few of us will try to help the owners, but we're not breaking up dog fights. And it's going to happen, collars are too loose and they will slip the collar. Instead of everybody going after the dog and just terrifying this animal, let the owner deal with it. We're just going to yell loose dog. At that point, we're going to slowly work around the owner, but let the owner try to retrieve that animal, because the animal is just going to be too confused in this type of environment. And again, if you go after that animal, you are putting yourself at risk of getting bit. Any owners surrendered animals today, and we will have some of them. Well, Pam, raise your hand. All owner surrendered animals sent to me at the front of the line. Pam is the only one that will accept animals and that will have them sign off on their paper. Once you have been assigned your post, I'm going to ask that you stay at that post all day long. If you have to use the restroom, please, if you're in the area, just raise your hand like, I need to use the restroom so that I know what's going on. Once I seat you, I'm sending people over to you, so I can't have you walking away. Now, when Rosie tells me too many in the area here, shut the line down. At that point, I'm just going to go timeout, slow it down, slow it down. Talk to the people, you know, converse with them a little bit. When Rosie says pick it back up, we're going to keep it going through. Again, that first hour is a little crazy. After that, it's just a well-oiled machine. Everyone that is in line today, up until 2 o'clock, will be served. I don't care if we have to stay here another hour, which usually doesn't happen because we're really good. As long as they're in line at 2 o'clock, we will serve them. At 2 o'clock, when I say we're done, we're going to start breaking down. Everybody at your tables, we're going to put all the items on one table, number 8. So collect your items down here so that we can repack it. I don't want it all coming in mishmash. It's too difficult. We pack it up for next fall. So break down 2 o'clock table by table. At that point, we reload the trucks. The food is going to be here around 2:30. If everybody could just help break down first so that we can all eat at the same time, we would greatly appreciate that. Does anyone have any questions thus far? Okay, I'm going to now start pairing you up, and I am going to, for those of you that are registering, I'm going to have you hang here, just go by the tables when I give you a table. At that point, I'm going to host just another quick little meeting as to how to register. Every table is going to get one of these and going to get a cash box with your starter bag. And on here is, these are 3-part forms. You got to press really hard, and I know it's cold, but you got to press really hard because we're going through 3 copies. Please print large, legibly. Make certain as you're writing that it went through all 3 copies, okay? Now, you're asking, and this is pretty much standard, you're asking for the owner's full name, their address, their city, state, and zip, their phone number. Please make certain it's legible. Whether it's a dog, a cat, female or male. Not everybody understands spayed and neuter. Can she still have puppies? Mostly neutered, they understand. Spayed, not always. Can she still have puppies? If she can, I want you to, at each of the tables, you have business cards. Let them know there'll be a grant program to get their animals spayed or neutered. We're not here to spay and neuter. We'd love to, but not going to. Today our focus is to vaccinate. If they're interested, have them call. We've got the Animal Care Network phone number, little cards, pass those out. Now, if it's under 3 months, it's only getting 1 vaccine. Still $10, only getting 1 vaccine, or only 1 vaccine. The animal now needs another vaccine in 3 weeks. I have, at my station, I'm going to hand out, because that animal needs to get vaccinated again in another 3 weeks. Each one of you will get a cheat sheet with the dates on it. Is that clear? Because in 3 weeks, that animal needs another vaccine or they're wasting their time. If it's older than 3 months, they're getting 2 vaccines. Okay? Rabies, distemper, cats and dogs. Now you need the animal's name, the breed, the color. Now, when you look at the cheat sheet, K9, meaning dog, date vaccinated, today's date, 2013. It expires 1 year from today's date, 2014. They're yearly vaccines. Now, same thing for the feline. Again, I'm going to hand you out a few of these at each one. We're not going to get a ton of puppies, but we will get some. And then let them know that here's your dates. Okay, next vaccine, next vaccine, next vaccine. Now, you don't have to worry about signing. We already have the rabies vaccine. The producer, all of that is already on there. You're going to ask that they read. I understand that although this is a routine vaccination, it could involve risk. And I hereby release, indemnify, and hold harmless all officers. This is the liability waiver. Everybody needs to sign it, not us, them. Now, if there are animals in line that come to your table that we may be a little concerned about, of their, how they look, of their, yes, thank you, of the condition, I don't want everybody to stay at your table. I'm going to see that animal way before you're going to see that animal, okay? What I may do is, as they're walking over to you, I may just say star, the front of the pig. We will go through those after, okay? But we're going to see it way before. Now, and then they make sure that they have dated it as well. The first 2 copies go to the owner. We keep the pig. The pig is going either in your bank, because remember, at noon, we're picking those up. okay? The owner takes the first 2. At that point, you can say, folks, why don't you go ahead, now get into the line for the veterinarian. That's where Rose is at the front. Rose is gonna double check your paperwork. At that point, Rose is gonna sign them, either Dr. Jim or Dr. Tim. They're going to get their vaccinations, and then they're going to go out this way, go to the table, pick up whatever they need. And please remind them 2 things. Folks, any donation amount would be greatly appreciated. It allows us to continue to do the clinics. And also, Oakland County is licensing today for a discounted amount, I think it's $7, across the street. Okay? Every person, donation. Do not, if they make a donation, put it in the little dogs. Okay? Don't put that in the other amount because we're tracking those.